Okay guys, so here we have it, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Prologic SLR Bivvy system. That stands for Spring-Load Reflex, and this is Prologic's first Quick-Erect Bivvy system. And to be honest with you, although it looks like a very similar mechanism to some others that are on the market, this one has a couple of unique features that go the extra mile. So we're going to break this portion of the video down into 5 easy and manageable sections, mainly for us, because we're not all that clever. And yeah, let's get into it.
Well, first things first is a real party piece of this bivvy system, and like Ian said in the intro, just how quick this is to erect. This is rapid, and I'm going to talk you through just exactly how to do it really. So the first step that you want to do, you get out of the bag, it will be like this, all folded up. You want to splay the legs out, and it's simply a case of just opening this out and then pushing all the poles together. That will give the main shape of the bivvy, and the nice thing about it is they're anti-twist poles as well, so you haven't got to worry about fabric being the wrong way or anything like that. So I'll show you now, literally a case, open everything out, and then you go through one by one, slotting them in, done, job's a good one. So the second step to setting it up is pretty much the final step. It's as simple as that, and it's a case of just splaying out all the ribs and then clicking everything together. So it's probably easier to show you rather than explain to you. So if I do it now, it's a case of splaying everything out like that, pinging it open, and then you can put this main bit in place. These two poles then simply go together here, and then it's just adding a little bit of pressure onto there, and that's it. You've got the shape of the bivvy in 2 steps. Obviously, just a case of going around, pegging everything in place so it doesn't blow away. That's it, job done. So before we delve too much into the kind of ins and outs of this bivvy and the features, what do you actually get for your money? Now, most systems like this, you need to buy everything on top. So you buy the base bivvy and then you buy wraps and whatever on top of the actual base. With this, you get absolutely everything. So obviously you get your base bivvy, but you get the front infill panel with various door options. We'll come on to that later. You get the condenser wrap that we've got over the top here. You get a heavy duty ground sheet, but you also get a full mozzie front panel as well. So pretty much everything you could possibly want from a bivvy, you get in this whole system.
So now you guys know exactly what you get in the box. It's about time we went over the size and weight of this bivvy. Now, obviously, this is it fully set up and ready to go. However, for some of you, the most important information is the transportation size. And here it is. This entire package goes down into this tiny little bag. And, well, as far as weight goes, it comes in at a little under 12 kilos, which when you consider the extra door options, the heavy duty ground sheet and the condenser wrap on the top there, I don't think that a little under 12 kilos is anything to grumble at. When it comes to transportation size, it's 135 centimeters long, 25 centimeters tall and 25 centimeters wide. So it is a really nice and compact pack down size. And if you have got a small vehicle that you use for your fishing transportation, it is not going to be a problem getting it in the back of it. When it comes to the dimensions of the SLR bivvy completely set up, you've got 275 wide, so it's a really nice wide bivvy. You get all your kit in there along with a decent sized bed chair. I've got a wide boy bed chair and I had absolutely acres of room to store all of our kit. Bear in mind, we also carry camera kit as well as all the fishing kit. Depth wise, you've got 240. So again, it's nice and deep. You can push your bed chair right to the back and make sure that you've got almost like a small porch area in the front there. And then as far as the height goes, it's 150 centimeters, which is ample if you sit on top of your bed chair with a bed chair buddy and you want to keep like a nice straight back. It just stops that sort of age-old fisherman's aches and pains where you're crouched over on your bed chair for far too many hours.
So as we've all learned by now, the Inspire range really is the flagship range from Prologic, and the material definitely lives up to that. So it's a Prologic very own Protex material that it's made from, which has a ridiculously high hydrostatic head. Bivvies usually have around 5 to 10,000. This one, it's got 20,000. So it's pretty much the highest hydrostatic head that you're going to find in a bivvy on the market at the moment. And with that, you'd expect it to be a pretty heavy bit of material, but it's not. It's still got a really lightweight nature to it, and it's still very breathable as well. So you're not going to worry about condensation. Now, moving on to the ground sheet, We're coming onto it a little bit more when we look at more features, but the actual material is made from another Prologic Protect material, and it's a heavy duty ground sheet. So you've got no issues with durability at all. Now you have to forgive the outfit changes amongst this video, but we have had all 4 seasons in the time that we've been filming this. But we move on to the features of this SLR Bivvy, and to be honest, there's so many, I don't really know where to start. I think we're probably going to go with the front panel first. Now, as you can see, this is a full infill panel, meaning that everything is covered. There's no windows, there's no mesh or anything like that. It is completely covered. But there are vents, and as you can see, there's 3 big vents across the front. We have got vents on the side, which Velcro in place to keep everything neat, and along the bottom. And then behind this, you've also got the 𝘁𝗶𝗶𝗀 mesh. So if you want in a little bit of airflow, but you still want the security of an actual waterproof panel, then obviously that is really beneficial to have that. You've got flexibility. Zipping that down, that can also obviously roll up and then actually just clip in place. You've got a 𝘁𝗶𝗶𝗀 panel in the middle as well, underneath the waterproof outer, and then the same obviously the other side. Now this can be used in so many different ways, this front panel. You can obviously roll the door up, you can roll the sides, you can roll everything. Or if you want a 𝘁𝗶𝗶𝗀 panel, then obviously that comes with it as well, which then you can roll the door up and clip it. There's so many options to choose from when it comes to the front panels. Moving on to the top, obviously we've mentioned previously, you get this condenser wrap, and yeah, obviously that comes in the kit, no extra charge. You've got obviously rod retaining straps here, and that's on the bivvy itself as well. But this goes on really easily. You've got 5 clips across the front, and then around the bivvy, you've got little Velcro bits which just attach to the side of the bivvy. So you don't have to use that. If you want to save a little bit of weight, then you can take it off. But to be honest, for the weight that it saves, you're probably better off using it, having that extra layer. It's beneficial in both summer and winter. So yeah, you get it with the kit, so why not use it? Now I'm going to pass you on to Iain, who's round the back of the bivvy. He's been waiting very patiently whilst I've gone through the front door options, because there are some interesting features around there as well.
Now moving on to the back of the bivvy, you're going to notice these absolutely massive panels, and obviously these are hiding the 𝘁𝗶𝗶𝗀 mesh panels to aid with ventilation. Couple those with the ones on the side and the ones on the front that Luke spoke about earlier, and you end up with Prologic's 360 Pro vent. And on a summer day, let me tell you, having that kind of airflow and combined with the shade of the actual bivvy itself by sitting inside of it, you really are going to make those days a little bit less painful. It's all very well sitting out in the sun, but when you're ginger and fair skinned like me, you notice that sunburn extremely quickly. So one last thing to mention, as you may be able to see on the camera, it's quite a small detail from the outside of the bivvy, but internally it is quite a significant feature. And that is this seam that runs around the base of the bivvy all the way around, and that is for the zip for the ground sheet. And as you can see, it's not at the bottom. There's a 10cm rise there, which means the ground sheet comes up off of the base of the bivvy. So that means that any surface water that may be in your swim or around your swim is not going to end up running on top of your ground sheet, and everything is going to stay bone dry. And last but not least, that crucial bit of information that all you guys have been holding out for, that of course is the price. This entire kit with all of the extras and the features that we've mentioned comes in at roughly $549. There's loads of information on the Prologic website, so do pop over to there to get any more sort of in-depth specs. If you'd like this video, please do hit that thumbs up. It really does make a difference to our channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell notification icon. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much.